Okay, so the Vikings aren't in that group.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Well, okay, we had heard it all year. We had heard it all year. Kirk Cousins was different. Kirk Chains, whatever. Kirk Thuggins.
Right.
You know, he's playing with more freedom. He's taking chances, and okay, so they're driving down the field. Fast forward to the last drive of the game, because that's all it is for the Vikings. My son and I were texting back and forth all day yesterday, and I have to be careful because
how's he doing? First off, I actually do care about him.
Yeah, he's having a rough time, but I think he's starting to come out of it.
All right, good.
But the problem is when I'm here in studio and we're getting the real-time feed, he's watching on TV. He's behind, so I have to wait 45 seconds to react to anything. And I usually wait for him to react. So anyway, I told him these games are painful to watch. They have to be painful for you as just because I'm working and I'm not as locked in as he is. Because you just want to fast forward to the end.
Right.
All this other stuff is prologue to whatever happens in the last 2 minutes. We've seen that this year from the Vikings.
Right.
So we'll fast forward to the end. They're driving down the field, 31-24. I really did think they were going to score a touchdown, go for two, and get it. I just believed that. I
hear you. Been doing it all year.
Do it.
Right.
So they get to 3rd and 8 around midfield. And it's the throw to K.J. Osborne, who I think is on his way to becoming the number 2 guy there, and Adam Thielen becoming number 3.
I would agree with you there. It seems that way.
K.J. Osborne is criminally underutilized because there's only one football and there's too many great players.
Here's the third down.
Here's 3rd and 8.
Right.
And look, this is a misfire by Kirk Cousins. Get it out in front of him. Give him a chance to catch it with his hands. You know, you get into that body catch, and the guy's got his arm in there. You got to get it out in front of him a little bit more, right?
Yes, you would in the perfect world. I'm not gonna. I don't think that's gonna get a negative grade. Just so you know that, right? But yeah, I hear you.
And this is the 4th down play. I want to re-rack that if you can, because I was watching it as they came out. Justin Jefferson's lined up there on the right side. I figured he's going to do what he did against the Buffalo Bills. 4th and 18, came out of the huddle and said to Jefferson, "I'm throwing it to you."
Yes.
Just throw it to him. It's Justin freaking Jefferson, Kurt.
Yeah.
You throw it to him on 4th and 8 with your season on the line. I don't care if it's single high safety shading his way. I don't care if he's bracketed. I don't care if 4 Giants are covering him. You saw what he did in Buffalo. You give him a chance to extend the season. If he fails, so be it. But what is this? You're throwing it 5 yards short of the sticks. And his explanation after the game, and we'll play it in a second.
Yeah.
This is where, Daniel Jones, the clock in the head, right? He knows now to get rid of the ball. He's not getting the ball knocked out. For whatever reason, I think Kirk thought the walls were closing in when they really weren't.
Yeah.
And he didn't even try to extend it with his feet.
Well, that's what you would like to see. I think to your point, and again, if we could play that play again, and here's a little bit
what
of the...
What do you do in these moments when the season is on the line? That's where you ultimately see what a guy's made of. I'm sorry. I know it's harsh, but this is the ultimate test.
My thing, it looked like they doubled. It looks like they doubled Jefferson.
He did have a guy in his face, but he made no effort to extend.
Well, I think that's the big. I think that's the problem. That's where I want to go. Now, I do think K.J. Osborne, as we look at this, he's going to look at that film and go, "Well, I wish I would have played K.J. Osborne over the middle." And I think if he has time, he's going to get there because he's going to go to his right. He's going to look at the Hawkinson-Jefferson combination. He's going to see Jefferson's double. Look at Osborne at the top of the screen. See, he comes on the in-cut right there. He is, to me, the guy that looks like open. I don't know. Again, I got to see the rest of the play in all 22. But I think your point about up front and Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexy, this is where, pressure in your face and messing up the internal clock of the quarterback becomes a real thing. Dexter Lawrence dominated the interior part of your offensive line last yesterday,
he was lined up, nose to nose. I mean, Garrett Bradbury knew what that guy ate skates 4 days ago.
Right. He put everybody on skates. It was really a phenomenal performance where I don't even know what his stat line is, but this is where F the play up stat needs to be thrown into it because he destroyed a bunch of plays for the Vikings yesterday. But I think that was the big issue too. He had so many times of, even earlier in that drive, right? He got the nothing the passer call, and it was Dexter Lawrence. So I think there was a little bit of oh wait, I don't want to get sacked here and go down like that. But I hear you. And again, this is Kirk Cousins. He's a real good quarterback. He's had a phenomenal year. He did a lot of good things yesterday. But this is where you'd go, oh, I'd love, him to get out of the pocket here and just buy a little extra time to, hey, maybe throw a ball in the middle of the field, jump ball, whatever it is. That's not his game, and he made a conservative decision there, and it wasn't there.
This is one of my big points, and I get dragged for it from time to time, and I really don't give a shit because it's true. I don't care what your stats are week 1 to week 18. I care what you do in those moments that you fantasized about when you were a kid in your backyard. Seasons on the line. Championships in your grasp. Advancing to the next level is there for the taking. Do you make the big throw in the big spot? Do you make the big catch in the big spot? That's what you spent your whole life working toward. And those moments are few and far between. This Vikings team has been to the playoffs twice in 5 years with Kirk Cousins. He may never get back to the postseason again. I don't know. I don't know what next year is going to be. You think they're going to pull a horseshoe out of their butt every week next year and finish 13-4? No, hell no.
I know.
Next year it's going to be scratch and claw and barely make the playoffs if they're lucky. I can already feel it coming, and I'm conditioned by the past 30 years, but that's kind of the way it is. When you get those moments, you've got to go for it. It's got to be the Joe Burrow mindset. Joe Burrow's attitude is be arrogant in those settings.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the arrogance. I saw being careful. And you just can feel it come through the TV. He was being careful. Oh, I might get sacked. I better dump it off. Even if it's 5 yards short of the stick, maybe TJ will do something with it. Maybe he won't. It all happens so fast. Let's hear both from Coach Kevin O'Connell and from Kirk Cousins about what they saw, what they thought, and how they explained that final play that resulted in the throw to TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, just a shell read there. Saw single high. Tried to work Justin. Didn't feel good about putting it up to Justin. And then when I went to progress, I just felt like I was about to get sacked, and I felt like I got to put the ball in play. And if I take, I can't go down with a sack. So I just thought I'd kick it out to TJ. And I had thrown short of the sticks on a few occasions in the game, and even going back a few weeks, and just felt like, just throwing it short of the sticks isn't the end of the world. It's just, it's obviously tight coverage, so didn't have the chance to pull away. But I just felt like I was going to go down and take a sack if I didn't put it out.
I could have done a better job in the moment. He knew it was fourth down, and he just didn't want. He wanted to make sure he put the ball in play. I got to go back. I was watching some of the routes down the field kind of materialize, and the pocket may or may not have been collapsing on him, and he just wanted to make sure he gave somebody a chance, and they made a play. Had some double coverage to Justin on that drive, and trying to have KJ come to life, trying to have Adam come to life. And we'll take a long, hard look at it. Our 2-minute offense has been pretty darn good all season, helping us. And in the end, we didn't get it done on that drive, and it did feel rather abrupt, kind of the way it happened.
He sensed what you saw, the KJ Osborne
was popping. He's gonna watch and go, okay, I understand why he got the ball out of his hand. He's gonna watch it and be fair that way. He's also gonna go, I wish he would have just sidestepped to the right, backpedaled a little bit, or stepped up to the right and kind of made a throw and tried to buy himself just a little extra time. Sure, he's going to say that. Kirk Cousins is probably going to say the same thing. I wish I would have done that too. But it's hard in the moment sometimes, and when you're getting that pressure. And again, I understand Kirk Cousins maybe not a superstar. He's really damn good, though, right, Mike? Let's not forget about that. He's good. He had a great year. He answered the bell in a lot of clutch moments.
I know.
All I want to say before, because I understand the criticism. I get it. But at the same time, he's one of the least concerning things about your football team.
I know.
Well,
the defense is complete and total crap.
The defense is crap.
I mean, were you the ones yesterday saying, oh, God, Ed Donatell's going to get fired tomorrow?
Well, I mean, the way it looked there for a while, I was just going, oh, my God, the Giants looked like they were the greatest show on turf. I mean, they were 4-play, 80-yard drive, 6 plays. So, I mean, the Giants haven't done that to anybody all year. And then, like you said, it's receivers that we haven't heard about. And not only the way Daniel Jones played, but I think what was shocking is just some of the plays we were like, holy crap, the Giants are open. Like, how is he that open? And even on a crucial third down when we punted the ball back down to your Minnesota Vikings, right? It was a wide open Darius Slayton on a third down that dropped the ball, right? So that was a concern. The run game was not there consistently for the Vikings. And I think, to your point, Justin Jefferson was only the real receiving threat there. I think they were kind of caught in, wait, we're paying Thielen money, but he's not quite as good as Osborne, and it was a little stuck there too, to where, again, all I'm saying is you can win with Kirk Cousins. They need to help him out a little bit, but he's not going to be, to your point, Josh Allen, Burrow, one of the Mahomes, and go, okay, I'll carry in this moment and make a magical play.
And that was the point that GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah made back in training camp-ish time frame that created a lot of stir, but he's speaking the truth. We don't have Patrick Mahomes. We don't have Josh Allen. So how long do you cling to a guy that, and this was always my narrative about the Vikings during the latter years of Mike Zimmer, just good enough? we're content to be just good enough. We're content to be in the hunt. We're content to make it to the wild card round, maybe the division round. Ooh, maybe we can get knocked out in the round of 8. Like, when do you go all in? And I'm not suggesting all in like the Rams did, although it did work for them despite the rebuild that's coming on the back end. But that's the balance. And when do you move on from Kirk Cousins? And the narrative in Minnesota, there's going to be Vikings fans. I got a text from a guy I've known since I was a little kid. When does the Cousins nightmare end? That was the question immediately after the game. And it's almost like that nightmare you have where everything's in slow motion and you feel like you've seen it all before and you know how it's going to end. And we thought, you and I, that they were busting through that this year. We thought it was going to be different. When you start pulling out all these wild cards during the season, you figure in the playoffs it's going to continue. That's why I had kind of an inner calm all day yesterday that they just find a way. I was conditioned to think it.
Right.
And it was abrupt. Abrupt was the key word. It ended so abruptly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to end like that. I thought it was going to be more nail-biting and, oh, my gosh, here they are on the 25-yard line with 18 seconds left. And I thought it was going to come down to that as well. It's what you've done all year. Even though I was loud and boisterous.
Yes, you were.
I was not feeling confident. I was going, oh, my gosh, they have a shamrock up their butt. Something's going to happen bad here for my New York Football Giants. But they hung in there, and they played better football yesterday. I think that's the bottom line. I think we both can agree with that. It was a good game. It was. But I think with the Giants, their defensive game plan, and then their offense, just Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka, you could see why he is being interviewed for head coaching positions, because what they've done and the game plan they've formulated and the way they play, and they don't deviate from it. They just find a little wrinkle off of what they do, run the ball, quarterback runs, bootlegs, play action pass, and they tie it all together so well. And, it was the Vikings were a good matchup for the Giants.
It helped, I think, the Giants to have just been there 3 weeks early.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it really did.
You got to get a little bit of a feel for the stadium. You're not intimidated the second time around. You go, wait, we played this team. We are as good as them if we don't make the mistakes we made the first time around, right? At least that's what you're telling yourself, whether that's true or not. And, they did not seem fazed by the environment yesterday, to your point.
Not at all. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.